RWBY, RWBY, RWBY. Yes. Yes, indeed.
It's the first time I've gotten to lead that. That's fun.
It is fun. Hey, it's like leading the wave.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I'm terrible at the wave. Oh, I'm real bad at the wave.
Well,
because I'm just like, I'm trying to watch a game, and then it's like
it's coming around again. And when one person stops doing it, you're like, oh, that person stopped. I'm going to stop. And it just keeps going down and down. Eventually, the wave's dead.
Yeah, I mean, the waveform collapses in on itself.
Yeah.
Science.
All right. So, hello, everybody. How are you doing today? Welcome back to another episode of Renegades React. Today, we're going to be looking at some more RWBY. We're going to be.
I mean, it is Tuesday after.
It is. Yes, it is Tuesday. And originally, I was thinking we weren't going to get to do this. I was originally thinking we weren't going to be able to do any reactions because of the weather.
Oh,
and everything.
Lord. It's bad out there.
Yeah, we're. I was going to say it's like 7-8 inches of snow in some parts,
Yeah.
and the drift. You know, the snow drift where the wind blows it.
Yeah.
In some parts, it's like over a foot. I mean, we have no right to complain in some regards.
Yeah.
But in a hilly area like this, where the mountains are our domain.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to go up and down the hills.
There's a lot of places where the sun doesn't hit.
Yeah.
And so you don't really get a whole lot of melt. And then, I mean, the roads are just not in terribly good shape. And people around here don't know how to drive in the snow.
No, they don't. And
fortunately, Nords have an inborn 50% frost resistance. So
there
I was
go.
fine.
Look, I got a lot of blubber on me.
So do I. So do I.
And my car knows no fear.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah, it knows. It's the Rich Voss of a
Man,
cars.
look, you don't mess with the Sabre. you just don't do it. It will not end well for you.
I was gonna say
that car,
the Buick. I was gonna say my buddy Chad had one. It was maroon color. He called it the Maroon Stallion because it never died. It still drives to this day.
Yeah.
Man,
like
Buick.
Older Buicks are good cars.
They are. You
Anyway,
can't kill a Buick.
But enough about that.
Enough about Buicks.
I think we have a fight that I really don't want to see.
I don't want to see it either.
If there are two football teams playing in the same game on TV that I really like, I don't watch it. Because it's like, I can't do it. I like both of these teams, and I really like both of these characters.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's like not watching King Kong versus Godzilla. You know,
that's a hard one. That's a hard one not to watch.
Oh yeah, it's like that's one where you just can't look away.
I mean, because
Yeah.
I mean, really.
that movie pretty much sums up my childhood.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah, no, that's about right, isn't it?
Like Monster Vision on TNT. That's pretty much all I watched.
I remember that. Wasn't Joe Bob Briggs like the host of that?
Maybe I can't.
I was gonna say he did like the fear stuff with like whenever they played like Friday the 13th, like Friday Night Frights, I think is what it was called, and he did like Nightmare on Elm Street, the Friday the 13th films, the Halloween films. Didn't matter if it wasn't Halloween or not. He just played them. He didn't care. And it was awesome. I got exposed to a lot of horror movies there, including a few that were stupid.
We're doing that thing again where Caleb was like, "Yeah, the video starts in."
Yeah, video starts at
whenever this is.
Yeah, because we had a big rant in the beginning of this that I went on. And
you darn kids, get off my lawn.
All right, so
Yeah,
we got the
that's about
episode.
right.
We got the episode
I
queued
miss
up here.
him sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes.
All right, we got queued up here. Let's give it a watch.
He's like Grumpy Cat. It's like, oh, and it's like,
All right, it's now time to begin the randomization process for our next fight.
It looks like
He's
our
dropping
first
that coffee.
contender is Kitty
Who's it,
Valentina
Ublik?
Does I wonder if Ozpin knows that?
and her opponent.
That he's been hacked.
Well, no, I wonder if Ozpin knows about Ironwood that he basically manufactured Penny.
I don't
Because
know.
they're trying to keep it on the
I
down
think
low.
they've kept it a secret. The only ones who really know it
It's
are
an honor to finally
RWBY
meet you.
and her.
This is going to be so much fun.
Oh yeah,
Oh, and
this
this too.
side card.
Mercury, what are you doing? You were hurt. Why? What's going on? Fine. If you're not going to tell me,
Use that speed, Ruby.
Fighter, are you ready?
Don't look away from your opponent.
Three, two, one,
All right.
begin!
Oh, snap.
Dance, swords, dance.
I wonder if she's gonna use the wires to her advantage.
Showtime.
Maybe.
Oh, that was cool.
Wow.
Ow.
Didn't work, but that was cool.
That's kind of like her.
Let's just keep this between us friends.
My word! What a tremendous display by Miss Paulandina!
Oh.
I couldn't imagine trying to animate all those swords like that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
There's some processing power involved there.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, no, this is what you should be doing.
Yeah, run.
Get out.
Since you have no fighting capabilities without your sight.
Yeah, you're strongly disadvantaged. Get out.
Oh, that is awesome.
All right. My kind of tech. Uh-oh.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Disarm.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
What-
boy. She's made entirely out of swords.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh, snap.
Yep. No. Like a tin can.
Oh, crap.
Whoa.
Not a tin can, but a bisected. Oh Jesus. Oh God. Oh no 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 no.
Oh, cool. Honey, no.
No.
Oh, honey, no.
No!
No.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Well, you've angered Dr. Light. It's all over now. Oh. That's interesting.
Broadcast, what are you doing? Kill the feed!
Something's wrong. We don't have control over the cameras. We can't even shut off the broadcast.
What? How is that possible?
This is not a tragedy. This was not an accident. This is what happens when you hand over your trust, your safety, your children, to men who claim to be our guardians, but are, in reality, nothing more than men. Our academy's headmasters wield more power than most armies, and one was audacious enough to control both. They cling to this power in the name of peace, and yet, what do we have here? One nation's attempt at a synthetic army, mercilessly torn apart by another's star pupil. What need would Atlas have for a soldier disguised as an innocent little girl? I don't think the Grimm can tell the difference.
Oh,
And
no.
what, I ask you, is Osmond teaching his students? First a dismemberment, now this? Huntsmen and huntresses should carry themselves with honor and mercy. Yet I have witnessed neither. Perhaps Osmond felt as though defeating Atlas in the tournament would help people forget his colossal failure to protect Vale when the Grimm invaded its streets.
Hey, Spy.
Or perhaps this was his message to the tyrannical dictator that has occupied an unsuspecting kingdom with armed forces. Honestly, I haven't the slightest clue as to who is right and who is wrong. But I know that the existence of peace is fragile. and the leaders of our kingdoms conduct their business with iron gloves. As someone who hails from Mistral, I can assure you, the situation there is equally undesirable. Our kingdoms are at the brink of war. Yet we, the citizens, are left in the dark.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So
Grimm.
I ask you, when the first shots are fired, who do you think you can trust?
Grimm are drawn to strong emotion, like sorrow.
The feeds are
and
all jammed.
fear
We can't
and
get a message
fear.
out.
Will somebody tell me what in the world is happening?
That's what's
Alert.
happening.
Incoming Grimm attack. Threat level 9. Please seek shelter in a calm and orderly manner.
To be fair, the stadium's flying, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, there is no need for panic.
Oh, yeah. Whoops.
There's that Grimm.
Everybody panic.
Nevermore!
How did he get past the kingdom's defenses?
It wasn't alone.
Oz, get to the city. But now!
Oh boy. Bad juju. Uh-oh.
Oh, and look at
Uh-oh. Spaghetti.
Osmond, the girl, I can explain.
You brought your army to my kingdom, James. Use it.
Oh.
All right. No, you know what? Yeah.
Mobilize.
I'm glad Osmond's not taking this
Blue 4.
too hard
Blues
right
2
now.
and 3, fall into defensive position.
Roger, Blue 3, in position.
Blue 2, what's your status? Blue 2, come in!
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh, crap.
Someone answer me, damn it!
Yep.
Neo.
Yep.
Oh, gosh. And they're
And-
gonna, they're going to let him out.
And yeah.
Hello.
Oh, man.
It's about time.
Called it.
So now Torchwick has a ship.
Uh-huh. With
Surprise.
yeah.
Surprise.
They're completely unsuspecting.
Let's go!
Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Oh.
Oh, it is good to be back.
Well.
So, well, crap.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
I thought that was gonna be Crow, like coming in with
Everybody's
reinforcements.
rolling. What the? What? Everybody's rolling up.
How do you get that on a plane?
Same way you
I mean, snakes.
smuggle it onto a train.
Snakes,
I
I
guess.
understand, but not that.
Jeez.
Man.
Oh.
So, well, now I understand why they had like that little warning about things being like PG-13.
Uh-huh.
Penny getting bisected. No.
Oh, jeez. No.
Because I guess they've never shown like a human die, but I guess that's their way of kind of getting around actually killing a living human being.
I mean, maybe not. Hopefully, not actually dead.
Well, I mean, presumably they can put it back together, right? I mean,
But will she be the same?
I don't know.
Because
I mean, you have to wonder, how often the memory backups happen.
And we don't know where her memory's stored.
Yeah.
I would assume they have like an artificial brain in her head, which seemed undamaged.
I mean, and in all honesty, she may be like hardwired into a server remotely.
Could be.
maybe, yeah.
So,
But man,
Jeez, a lot going on that episode.
and like
I just want someone to. Right now, I just want someone to punch Emerald in the face because of her illusion stuff.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it hurt because it was Pyrrha's thoughts of it being so many coming at her that made her
right,
use
but
so
she
much
used
force. And thus that's why Penny is bisected and disarmed.
Yeah, there's no way that Penny had that many.
No, it's impossible.
I mean, she's got like a max of like 12.
Yeah.
Best I could tell.
But
12, maybe 16.
But put the image of her having thousands upon thousands
mind games
in Pyrrha's head, and Pyrrha will use maximum force to pretty much push them away. But at the same time, using too much force and thus causing Penny's strings to get tangled, and thus yeah.
And I'm not really a fan of Ironwood right now because he doesn't seem to view Penny with a lot of warmth. He seemed more worried about what Ozpin was going to say rather than the fact that she just got ripped apart.
Yeah.
Well, she is a to him she's a weapon.
Right.
To him she's no more he sees no more love for her, towards her than a standard issue rifle. She's a well-kept nation secret. But not anymore. But she's a well-kept secret and everything. And they put a lot of money in towards her, but he doesn't view her as a sentient life form that has its own thoughts.
And here's what I wonder, because we've seen that Penny so far is the only non-organic being to have an aura.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which makes me wonder. If Penny could have an aura, why couldn't they repeat the process?
Right.
I'm thinking this is something they stumbled across by accident.
Which
would doubly explain why Ironwood wanted to keep it, under wraps.
Absolutely.
The Autumn Maiden, the Fall Maiden, her aura being transferred over to Pyrrha. They said that they did it with something else. They did it earlier.
I'm sure they were probably researching that and stumbled upon this.
I think they stumbled upon it and put it in a cybernetic being, and the cybernetic being in turn got its own personality, and I think Ironwood had the idea to control her in that regard,
right?
Because originally she was made by them, but then when the personality from the person they transferred the aura over to her melded in with the programming, I think it gave birth to a new AI.
But
then, of course, now Torchwick has a ship, which he really doesn't have to take on the whole rest of the fleet. Which he took out 2 ships right there, but really all he has to do is blow a hole in one of the walls because there are a lot of Grimm on the way.
And even from the sound of things, they've already breached the defenses.
I'd say so.
I don't even think he has to blow a hole in the wall.
Well, there seems to be some kind of outer defense that they have busted through that I'd imagine is some kind of electrical fence deterrent. But I think there are physical walls that are nigh impenetrable under most circumstances.
Of course, to be fair, as we've seen, they can just airlift in Grimm.
Well, apparently, yeah.
But
and now
and then I wonder if the White Fang. If those the Ursa that they brought in, I wonder if they'll be inimical towards them or
if they're
if they're
trained
to imbue chaos.
But if I'm landing a plane right next to a plane full of those things and they're mean to everybody, I don't want to get too close.
Mike has got a point. They hopped off the plane.
Close to the same time.
The plane. So I have to wonder.
So I wonder if they haven't found a way to maybe train some of the smaller ones.
Probably.
I don't know if it's so much
ones.
Training or. It might be some sort of thing where they're faunus.
Sure.
I wonder if there's some sort of connection there.
Maybe the animalistic nature of the Grimm and the animalistic nature of the faunus. There's something there. We don't know.
We can't know.
Yeah.
Because unless there's clues that we've missed, and there probably are.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's enough clues that we've missed to determine exactly what we're dealing with here.
No.
Except to know that it's really effing bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of bad happened.
Oh.
Gosh, a lot of bad. And I'm still reeling from a lot of that.
Uh-huh.
First RWBY discovered Mercury is okay.
All well and good.
Yeah. And I was going to say I wonder how she's going to handle that. I know she's, in grief over Penny and everything. But at the same time, she has that knowledge now.
Yeah. And the thing is, he had to let her go.
Yeah.
Because if he had showed up...
Yeah.
If he would have gone out and gone after her, someone
definitely would have seen him.
Right.
And things would have been way, way worse.
Which is, it's interesting. And what has sort of come up is, I mean, Ruby training to be a huntress, I mean, they are going to run into a lot of dismal situations, and thus far they've been fairly successful, and she's had a lot. I mean, she is a skilled fighter with her weapon. She's had some problems like brawling hand to hand, but she's got her speed. But I know Ruby lost her mom, but she was still pretty young, so she doesn't remember it. So Ruby's not really experienced a lot of tragedy firsthand.
All right, yeah, I see where you're going.
But
with
I
this.
feel like to take that next step, I think Ruby needs something to kind of imbue a new will inside of her, and I think this could be it, because I mean, Ruby's going to have to do some pretty scary stuff to become a huntress.
So you think Penny's her Coulson?
Kinda, yeah. I can see that.
Mm.
Oh man,
It's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I didn't like the deal with Coulson either. So
I still don't like the deal with Coulson.
I mean, yeah, it's real bad.
Yeah.
So anyway. I could see this. I mean, Ruby could, maybe find a dark place and use it.
Well, I think well, she's still a young character, and she's still got a lot of growing to do.
Sure.
And I think she will be introduced to like this true darkness of her psyche and everything. And it's a lot of things that are repressed. I mean, maybe she hasn't fully confronted what happened with her mother.
That's probably entirely true.
And
yeah.
from what I understand, Yang said that she just went on a mission, never came back, so we don't really know.
Yeah, and it's that fear. It's that fear of the unknown, fear of what happened to her. Maybe she's still out there. Maybe she's still suffering. And in all honesty, you see one of her friends get diced down like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, she only saw the aftermath, as best I can tell.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if she's going to hold a grudge against Pyrrha over that.
I don't know.
Especially if this is the last we'll ever see of Penny, which I hope not.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, considering that basically their entire plan was to sow seeds of distrust.
Yep.
That's a hell of a way to do it.
Sure.
That is.
Like one fell swoop. You see, Ironwood's been manufacturing, essentially hidden weapons of war. In the tournament, somebody has just gotten killed. The two schools, it's just sort of like, what is going on here? Mass hysteria is breaking loose. That's a really good plan.
It is. It was very well thought out, very well executed.
I'm going to say this. I honestly feel pretty bad for Jean right now.
Oh, man.
Because he's a total doofus and he still has a lot to make up for. But
he's trying.
He stepped up last episode.
And he did good. He did really good.
I still think he could potentially put his friends in danger for being an idiot.
But he was trying to stop his friends from going into danger by being reckless.
But here's the thing. He got thrown into a pillar, has no idea what's going on, and then from what he never saw the illusion, so he just saw Pyrrha straight up tear somebody apart, So I can imagine he's having a really hard time right now.
Yeah, I'd imagine so too. Man,
I still don't like him, but I kind of feel for him right now.
I do too, man. Because I think Jean's growing up. I think he's finally growing up, and I think he is finally realizing that this isn't a game anymore. And
which, I mean, he needs to do, because they're kind of there to kill monsters.
I mean, I think it's sort of been dawning on him as he goes, but now like it's really been driven home.
Sure.
In the worst possible way.
Yeah. By witnessing the woman he cares for just destroy somebody. And not only that, but after
destroy somebody.
But after going through that, oh gosh.
And he's going to be going, could I have done more? Could I have helped stop this? Because the thing is, and I've noticed this because I've been in a lot of situations where somebody has died, and everybody always goes, could I have done more? Everybody blames themselves. Even if they had, nothing to do with it, and there was nothing they could have done, they still look at it and go, this is my fault. I could have done this.
Yeah, I do.
See,
that
I'm
sometimes.
kind of the opposite. I think he might be more of like, do I even really know this person?
That
after
also,
what I've seen.
that also could be.
That could be. Yeah,
That's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen.
And in all honesty, why not both?
Or both,
Probably
yeah.
both.
I mean,
because
double trouble.
because really, I think Ruby's the only one that's really reached out to Penny and connected with her. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for the most part, nobody else is really.
I mean, the rest of Team Ruby sort of knows what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ruby and Penny were tight.
Yeah, they were.
And this is gonna be bad.
Oh boy. Well,
this turned into a rant.
Well, wherever they go from here.
Well, what do they expect? I mean, we were here, and then now we're up here. Like,
I mean, like, all right, we were here. We were expecting this episode to be here. The episode was on the floor above us. Like, I can't reach that high.
This episode, we were coming into this. I was about like a 4 or 5. This cranked it to 12.
Oh
Skip
yeah,
11, 12.
Oh yeah, and that's an exponential scale, folks.
Yeah. This is like the Richter scale. This is like in terms of intensity, it multiplies. It doesn't. Yeah,
I mean,
it doesn't go pluses. It multiplies.
Well, I mean, when they say like, magnitude 4, and then magnitude 5, there's a 10 times difference there.
Yeah.
It's like 10 to the x, where x is the magnitude.
Yeah.
So.
And that's where we're at right now. I mean, lot to go over, a lot to dissect and
lot
digest.
To process.
Yeah. So, guys, what did you all think of this? Were you just as surprised as we were with what happened? I mean, because I'm still, it still hurts. But anyway, yeah, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. We can't thank you enough for going through this with us. I mean, this is a hard episode to swallow and everything. And hopefully as time goes on with the series, more questions will be answered, and hopefully we'll be relieved with good news of someone's recovery. But until then, we just don't know. Anyway, thanks again, guys, for tuning in. We will see you later. We're the Renegades. Peace out.